This is a call for an uprising. We welcome you to today's show and ask those of you who have not subscribed to please subscribe to our YouTube channel as we continue to expose the satanic Illuminati agenda and the ushering in of the Antichrist. Today's show, I want to talk about a new Chris Brown song. I actually have not covered Chris Brown on this channel. That is the reason, really, that I'm doing this new song by Chris Brown called Grass Ain't Greener. Sounds interesting. This is another music video filled with Illuminati symbols, Illuminati messages that they're trying to get across to the masses out there as they continue to condition people with their symbols. I know a lot of people out there have messaged me about Chris Brown. I want to make this pretty clear. When these celebrities tweet things about, hinting about the Illuminati, like Kesha and all these things, there's no way out. There is no exit. They don't want an exit. They're trolling the masses. Okay, Chris Brown has tweeted many times about, he said something along the lines about depopulation control. I can't show the picture of the tweet because he curses in it nonstop, just like he does in this song. It says vulgar things about private parts and all sorts of curse words and sexual acts. But he's tweeted about the Illuminati in some of his tweet messages. People have been calling them cryptic tweets that he's trying to get out. Okay, these guys are already programmed. And there really is no way out. Once you're in, there's no way out. Now, these people can find Jesus Christ, and they can save their souls. I fully believe there's no doubt about it. These people repent and find Jesus Christ. But as far as their contract goes with these elitists, these producers who run Hollywood and run the music industry, it's no different than being a Mason. There's no real escape from the Mason lodges. You might start not attending, but they still might come after you. You still have to pay your lodge fees and those sorts of things. Once you're in, you're in. You take an oath with them for life, okay? So let's start with this song, which is just poison to the ears. If you do hear it, try to stick Q-tips or cotton balls in your ears before you press play on this song. Chris Brown, right off the bat, this plot of the story is they're going to a party in the middle of the woods. What does that sound like? What is that theme, right? They drive down a dirt road. They're in the middle of the woods. They park the car to get out to go to this mysterious party. Everybody's a little bit afraid. Of course, hinting at these are the real parties that the elitists throw out in Hollywood. Okay, that these entertainers attend these mysterious parties in the middle of the woods where they perform ritual sacrifices and they perform all their satanic pedophilia acts. Okay, they don't show that stuff necessarily in the video, but they're hinting at that because as they get to the woods, they park the car, they get out, we see a guy with the word pyramid on his back, and guess where they're headed towards, folks? They're headed right towards the pyramid. They're heading right towards it. There they go. Look, out in the distance, it's the pyramid out there. That's where the party's taking place. What a coincidence, right? I guess they just thought it would be cool to put the pyramid in there. It has nothing to do with the secret societies and the Illuminati or anything like that. Chris Brown just wrote it in because he loves pyramids, right? So they're going towards the pyramids. And then suddenly it turns into the dance song. Just real embarrassing stuff as they continue to make men feminine. This is the whole Baphomet, this is the whole transgender movement, the Baphomet, right? Everyone becomes one, man and woman. They have made men so feminine. Just watching Chris Brown, he's dancing. I mean, he's dancing like a female, almost like you would see a stripper or something dance on a TV show. I mean, she's just femininely dancing. It's just very embarrassing. This is what they're doing to men, though. Men are just getting into fashion. They're getting into dancing as they continue to weaken men, take the spines away from men. So he's dancing there. You could see they cut to him singing in a studio, and he's wearing a shirt that has the pyramid on the shirt. It says pyramid right on his shirt. Then we actually see the bird cage pop up. It gets lit up out in the middle of the woods. We see the bird cages. There's multiple bird cages. I've talked about the bird cage. I did a video on it. It's an Illuminati symbol. The bird cage is in reference to MK Ultra mind control, which is highly likely, being that Chris Brown was involved in this at a young age. Okay, he was involved in Disney early on. He's been on some Disney shows in 2004 when he was younger. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, it's called. I had to write that down, never heard of it. But he was on there. He was very close to Timberlake and Spears very early on in his career. He was also on the television show The OC before he became a big famous musician, or while he was becoming one. But this guy is another one of these MK Ultra mind control slaves. They're showing you that with the bird cages. In the video, the bird cage represents the slavery of the mind control victim. Okay, it represents both physical and mental enslavement. They're telling you that Chris Brown, has handlers, that he's a victim of mind control, that he is a slave to the system, he's a slave to them. Sometimes this is by choice. Sometimes these people actually, when they sell their souls, are fine with going along with this because they don't understand the severity of it, and they crave fame and fortune so much that they don't care that they have to go through the MK Ultra mind control without realizing that they technically become walking, talking zombies for these people. And in other cases, like Britney Spears or Justin Timberlake, when their parents are obviously parts of covens, and they push them into this at a young age when the kids wouldn't even know what they were doing. They're 6, 7, 8 years old on the Mickey Mouse Club. But again, we see the cage there. It's a common theme. The cage is always seen in these music videos, or at least in stage, photography shoots. We see Taylor Swift. We see a lot of them. Rihanna, Beyonce, all of them. Britney Spears do photo shoots trapped inside of a cage, or at least do music videos with them in a cage. Shakira, etc. The list goes on and on with the bird cage. We see vampire theme. Okay, we have these people that are, in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the night, just randomly with this song, which is called Grass Ain't Greener, just turns into a video about vampires where they're sucking each other's blood. They're making reference, really, to what goes on in these rituals out in the woods, because these people do drink blood, okay? I'm not saying that they're actual vampires that turn into bats and fly away, because they fictionalize that, but these people do drink blood, they do perform these rituals, and they drink the blood of the sacrificed victim. Okay, so they're hinting at that, of what's going on in the woods in the middle of the night when they bring these people out into the woods. Oh, party out in the woods, all that's missing really is their druid robes and their garments that they usually would be wearing in a situation like this. Then we see we see another pyramid at the end of the song, Chris Brown openly dancing in front of the pyramid with many other of these so-called men who are just getting down and dancing, being as feminine as they possibly can be, even though they're singing about a woman. I guess this is part of the New World Order right here. It's just men loving to dance, loving to just be as feminine as physically possible. Although we're supposed to believe that this guy is like some type of tough guy and he's dangerous and things like that. Chris Brown is another one, okay, of these satanic Illuminati puppets. It's been going on for years with this guy. He's got plenty of music videos that have him, showing the symbols. This is his newest video, and people have been clamoring, going, oh, he's escaping, like Kesha, they're getting out, they're becoming their own. He wouldn't even have a music video made if he had escaped. He probably would be dead, or he would be completely buried underground. His name would be dragged through the mud. He wouldn't be producing more records. Okay, he trolls people with his tweets about depopulation, because he knows that people out there are awake to things, and he wants to play with your mind. That's how they play with people's minds. Because, trust me, I've gotten many messages. Chris Brown trying to escape? As if I really know, if I follow these lowlifes. No, I have no idea really much about this guy's life, but I'll tell you right now, there is no escape for these people once they make this contract, okay? If they get close to getting out, their careers are getting buried and they're getting slandered through the ground, and they'll probably have them involved in some type of lawsuit about domestic abuse or drugs or something along those lines. Chris Brown is not out. He's been trolling people with tweets. You can even see Chris Brown. Look at the tattoo on his back. He has a giant serpent, a giant snake right on his back, right? And look at the tail of the snake. Look at the point on the tail of the snake. Look what it happens to be. It's a pyramid with an all-seeing eye inside of the pyramid. Is that a coincidence that you're going to get that marked on your body? Of course not. Okay? I mean, at what point do you say, do people start saying, wow, these things are all matching up with all these celebrities. It must not be a coincidence. I mean, this is just another one, right? You see the symbols in the video with the bird cage and the pyramids all over the place. Okay, we see the vampires, which represents what really goes on out there, because these people are drinking blood and doing these rituals. But you don't even have to look further than the tattoo on his back. A giant snake with the pyramid with the all-seeing eye. I guess he just, like I say about these other people, right? He loves snakes, right? And he loves pyramids and all-seeing eyes, so he put them all together. All three are symbols of the occult. We know what the serpent represents, the serpent from the Garden of Adam and Eve, okay? We know what the all-seeing eye of Horus represents in the pyramid. I mean, there's so many things involving Chris Brown that show his ties to the occult, whether it's performances. I mean, here's one of his performances. I believe it's on the BET Awards. Look at that. Just a gigantic pyramid right in the center of it, right in the entranceway. You see the all-seeing eye of Horus. No. He's just, he doesn't want to, he's escaped. He doesn't want to be a part of it anymore. He's a good guy. I mean, he's been involved in acting, just as early as he was involved in, music. He had an acting career on the side. That's the thing you see with that's the common theme, because they make these people, like Britney Spears, like Justin Timberlake, they start on the Mickey Mouse Club as actors, they turn into musicians, then they become, jacks of all trades. The majority of these MK Ultra musicians also are actors. It's not because, wow, they're so talented. It's Because they're trained this way. They're programmed this way. They cross over to both genres because they know that these false idols and how important they are to get the agendas across. So they, like Ryan Gosling started off, as in the Mickey Mouse Club and was supposed to be a singer like in NSYNC or whatever. Okay, they have them trained to do multiple things in music and in Hollywood. They both tie into each other. They're there to influence the masses. That's why they push, the majority of them might just push the symbols in their music video, right? But as they grow and as they realize, wow, look how many records they're selling, look how big they're becoming, look at the false idolization of these people, then they start having them actually push agendas, which I've talked about, right? Demi Lovato pushing transgenderism, Beyonce is pushing the race war, Katy Perry's involved in the elections with Hillary Clinton. Oh, she's taking her side and she's talking about the race war, talking about how we need gun control. They're all pushing the agendas. That's why they rise, as they rise to fame, to massive fame like this, when they trust them enough to start pushing agendas, they do. And then you have other ones like Britney Spears. Sure, she's beating Hillary and she's getting involved, but they have breakdowns in their programming. They're no longer of much use to them other than to just do their one thing, which is sing, and then shove the basic Illuminati symbols in their music video. They still are indoctrinating everyone with their occultic symbols, with all of it. The occultic symbols, the satanic symbols that are just shoved down your throat 24/7 in these music videos, all of them. Rihanna, it's all the same thing. Okay, so this is Chris Brown, Ain't the Grass Greener, Grass Ain't Greener. Okay, do not watch this video. It's filled with, there's a lot of dialogue in the beginning of the video before the music actually starts, and it's very vulgar, so kids, do not listen to this. They talk about, private parts and sexual stuff and curse words left and right. They're acting like they're gangsters or whatever. Then the next thing Chris Brown is dancing like Gumby, all over the place as if he's a real gangster, as if, I guess, apparently that's the new quote-unquote gangster that they're trying to create. Men talking like that, acting like that, and then just dancing around, doing the electric slide, and being a total embarrassment to anyone out there that is a real man. So they have the pyramids again. Okay, it's not just the pyramid. They head towards the party. The party is, at the pyramid. Okay, I mean, that must be a coincidence, right? Let's go, guys. Let's head towards the party. We see the giant pyramid in the background. The guy has pyramid on his jacket. Chris Brown's wearing a shirt that says pyramid. We see the birdcage representing the MK Ultra. Okay, we see the vampires making reference to these rituals out in the woods, that they really are drinking blood. These Satanists, these elitists drink blood. It is not a joke. That is legitimately what they do in these blood rituals, okay? They put blood in the, whatever you want to call the cups, the goblets or whatever they're called, and they drink blood out of it. It's part of the ritual in the bloodletting and the blood human sacrifice ritual. We see another pyramid, again, at the end of the video, just right in your face, blatantly obvious. Everybody's dancing in front of it. It's all right there for you, including the tattoo on his back, if you want to just look at that and that's enough to realize that this guy is an Illuminati puppet, that he's working for them, that he has a giant serpent on his back with the pyramid and the all-seeing eye. It's absolutely disgusting. It's never ending. It's never stopping. Any of these mainstream artists are going to be pushing the agenda. It doesn't matter if it's just a few symbols. The whole thing doesn't have to be filled with it over and over. And even as the fame dies down on people like Chris Brown, because they're not as big as, or as pushed as they used to be, they're still going to go out there and roll these symbols out as they're told to do. Okay, they'll do whatever they can. He's probably doing whatever he can to become more famous again, because his star, quote unquote, has died out. You don't hear his name as much, but it's a complete joke. Don't fall for it. Realize that all of these artists are in on it. Don't fall for tweets from these puppets out there. They try to troll you and make you think, I'm breaking away from my handler and stuff like that. They're not breaking away from anything. Sometimes they might have, their mind control that they're under might snap and break down, like we see with people like Shia LaBeouf, okay, or Britney Spears, where they actually go insane and stuff, but they still keep them and hold them. Britney Spears never got away from that. She's just been put aside. She's been pushed into Las Vegas. Shia LaBeouf's career has just been held down, but they still, throw him out there, but he's not a mainstream A-list star, quote unquote, anymore. But these people are all still part of it, so when they have breakdowns and stuff like that, it doesn't mean much of anything. So don't fall into the trap of thinking that, these people are really good people. They are working for the enemy. Their job is to indoctrinate the youth out there and to get them to follow and begin occult worship. That's what the symbols are there for, to indoctrinate the young kids out there who look up to these people. They're indoctrinating with the symbols, and they're trying to be used as a gateway to get them into the occult. So these people are, they're part of the elitist plan to indoctrinate everybody with this nonsense. So this is Chris Brown again. Grass ain't greener. No, the grass ain't greener, pal. not when you sell your soul to Satan. Okay, Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. Always remember that. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families. May peace be with you.